It is a great honor to welcome you all to this special workshop with Sheikh Sidi محمد الكركري on Islamic mystical philosophy or anything related to Sufism. So basically how this is gonna work is students, faculty, staff, you guys are welcome to ask your questions. There is no right or wrong question. You can ask questions on practice, on theology, on mysticism, something that's related to your work, to your life, anything. Basically, I would like to extend my thanks and my gratitude to Michael here, who organized everything, to the philosophy in the Islamic world that's hosting us today. So I'll begin by introducing the Sheikh before we move to the Q&A. So Sheikh محمد فوزي الكركري is a Moroccan Sufi teacher, humanitarian advocate, and founder of the Al-Karkari Institute for Sufi Studies. His extensive writings translated into several European languages emphasize the centrality of Nur, or mystical illumination, in the Sufi quest for self-realization. His collection of ecstatic Sufi poetry, Diwan Dinan al-Arwah, the Chalice of the Spirits, published in 2012, I believe, has been widely read and has inspired numerous Sufi musical renditions across the Arab world, Europe, and generally speaking, Africa and the Middle East. Many of its poems have also been translated into English, and we hope that the full book will be ready soon. Through his active presence on social media and its international humanitarian initiatives, Sheikh Al-Karkari engages with a diverse multilingual community of spiritual seekers worldwide. His impact on contemporary Sufism is significant, drawing the attention of academics in the US and beyond who engage with his teachings both as researchers and as participants in the living Sufi tradition. The Al-Karkari Institute for Sufi Studies, on the other hand, is an intellectual and spiritual initiative dedicated to fostering the study of Islamic mysticism in its various dimensions, integrating theology, metaphysics, and experiential practice. It serves as a bridge between academic research and the lived realities of Sufi practitioners today. So I will be facilitating this discussion, translating the Sheikh responses into English, and I think we just can go ahead and start with the first question.
So I will, it's a great honor to meet you in person, and I've heard much about you, and I'll maybe ask in English, and then I'll try in Arabic, and my Arabic is a bit strange. You can put it in Arabic again. But I wanted to ask about the relationship between writing and sort of tasting in Sufism. And what is your opinion about the relationship between research and the experience of I guess you could say seeing God? And I ask this because I see in a lot of your thought that there's a lot of descriptions of light. And for my own research, when I read Wardi, and I'm sure even Arabi does this as well, but I don't know him as well, but also Abu Barakat, even Kamuna, and this long history of philosophers use light as a metaphysical idea in their writing. And so I'm wondering how you see maybe that relationship between their writings and someone who's interested in tasting God and thinking about light in this way. So that's my question. وحاول أسألكم بالعربية. أنا آسف إذا لساني شوي ثقيل ويعني أعرف شوي مصري وشوي شامي وشوي قصة، وإذا حاجة مش فاهم مروان يساعدني إن شاء الله. وسؤالي هو إنه أنا باحث في تراث الإسلام، خصوصا الفلسفة وتاريخ الفلسفة. وفي التاريخ ده كثير كتابة عن النور، والنور زي يعني مبدأ للوجود. مثلا في يعني قرأت كثير عن النور من شهاب الدين السكرواردي، من الصادرة، ويعني تاريخ الفارسية. وعايز وممكن بإذنك ما هو العلاقة بين الكتابة والذوق؟ يعني بمعنى أقرأ شيء يعني بالعربي أو بالفارسي وهم يتكلم عن النور وهو مبدأ لوحدة الوجود مثلا، بس أنا مش عارف بالضبط علاقة بكتابتي ويعني ويعني تجربة التصور. وممكن يعني توصف لي أو توضح يعني في علاقة بينهم، أو يعني إذا الشخص هو يهتم بالتصوف يعني لازم عليه أن أقرأ الفلاسفة، أو يعني ممنوع، أو يعني هو مفيد أو لا. يعني شكرا جدا.
إذا نعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت وصليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله 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 ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي.
So the Sheikh says that the famous Sufis that we read, those that we know like Rumi, Suhrawardi, Ibn Arabi, when they speak about the light of God, when they speak about the manifestations, disclosures, they in reality speaking of what's beyond that which the reason and intellect is able to fathom through the conventional senses. They are speaking of a realm that's beyond the realm that we experience ourselves. They are a nismith, a barzakh, a nismith between the realm of spiritual realm and the physical realm. They have two facets. One facet that's facing the Lord, and that's facing the spiritual realm, and the human facet that's facing the creation. So that's their quality, and they bring together the mysteries and the truths, the secrets of the divine dominion, of the imaginal realm, of the spiritual realm, and they also combine it with the physical requirements. That's called like also the exoteric aspect of the requirements of the religion. When people read their works, because it's embedded with mysteries, they call this falsafa or philosophy, because it's hidden. The meanings are very hidden and obscure. But that's because they do not experience what these people are experiencing. They don't have access to the hidden realms that those saints have access to. That's why they call this philosophy, because they cannot fathom from where these meanings are being written from. This is the saints, the Sufis, when they write down poetry, when they write down books on Sufism, on metaphysics, they're not just doing it because it's an expression of their spiritual tasting, of their fruitional experiences with the divine. They are doing it as a way to convey the meanings that they have tasted to those who are still veiled. It's like the Platonic idea of going back to the people and telling them about what you experienced, so that people become curious and try to go through the same path and realize those hidden gems and truths. That's why at the end of every Sufi book, it's almost almost always the case that you find the Sheikh calling those who are reading his work to go back to a Sheikh, to get into a path with a Sheikh, to find a living master that's able to wayfare them through the path of self-realization. Because without the help of a master who has been through the path, there is no way you can find your way back to your essential truth, to the realms that are hidden from you. So when you read this, we're not saying that your reading is dry, but it is incomplete, because the hidden and the cryptid meanings within the words, the references that are being made by those words, you not you personally, but the reader is not able to fathom or to have access to, or to imagine, because they haven't had the experience of witnessing those truths themselves. So what happened is that they delimit whatever they're reading through their intellect and what they already know. This requires an experience that takes time, an educational experience on the path for you to unveil those truths. And this is not just speech or feelings, or it is an actual path that is like, school, in which you'll have to spend a lifetime for you to unveil those hidden realities. Let me give you an example. Let's take the example of someone who lives in the desert and they've never been outside the desert. And if they hear about the sea, they hear descriptions about the ocean, let's say, they will delimit what they understand as an ocean through what they've experienced through their senses. So they will delimit it to their experience in the desert, in the Sahara. That they will never be able to understand the ocean until they see the ocean. And whatever this person will delimit what an ocean is through the descriptions they're receiving, that their delimitation will not be accurate, because they haven't experienced the ocean. And every time that if a person would spend like their lifetime hearing about what the ocean is, and then you take him and you make him see the ocean, they will always be surprised when they actually witness it and see the ocean. And this person is different from the person, let's say, who's in the shore, just like swimming in the first 30 feet. That person understands from the ocean only the that first part of the ocean. So they will describe the waves. They will describe like the sand. They will describe what's very near to them. But for someone who's a professional diver, who's dives really deep into the oceans, for them, when they describe the ocean, they describe it as an entire world. And for them, it's like when they describe it as if they are giving you treasures, bringing you out treasures from that ocean. And this is the same for the path of self-realization and the path of spirituality. The exoteric part of it, the apparent part of it, is the books, the sayings that we have received. If we delimit ourselves to those writings, those sayings, then we are in the first category. The second category are the people who are on the path of finding the hidden gems and the hidden truth within the spiritual realm. Those are like the second group, just learning how to swim on the shore and trying to get as far as possible, right? And the third part, the third group is the group who are actually professional divers, those who are able to extract the hidden treasures within the spiritual realms because they have access to that metaphysical, imaginal world of spiritual exemplifications. And this is not just something, this is not just a discourse, it is a lived experience. You cannot delimit this to a discursive way. It needs to be lived. It is not theory. Theory will never lead you to finding the hidden gems and the truths that are embedded within the words of Suhrawardi and Rumi. So when the saints of Islam talk about witnessing the light of God, it's not metaphorical, it's not theoretical. It is a truth, it is a reality. It is seeing and witnessing the light of God in the imaginal sense. I use more like the word, maybe say spiritual sense, but it is a sensory experience from another realm. When they're talking about manifestations and disclosures and appearances, they're not talking about feelings or imaginations. They are experiencing and seeing those visions that they have in a true way, and they seeing as we are seeing the physical realm ourselves, because there is a realm beyond the physical realm. That's I think in English is called the imaginal realm, or like the spiritual realm. The realm that have in which there is also like sensory meanings take sensory forms. Like imagine the realm of dreams, like that. But when the realized master want to convey those meanings, they already know where the reader is, where the audience is, where the one receiving the word is, because they themselves were in the state of being veiled, like every human being. And maybe they were those who denied and rejected the path of unveilings. Maybe they did not believe that there is anything beyond the physical realm that we experience through our senses. But because they've been through the path, they unveiled the truth, they witnessed the realities, they witnessed the light of God, they've seen things, they had ascensions and all that. Now they realize, but they know what the people want to hear. So they crypt their words with meanings that when the reader, when the normal conventional reader reads, they will not actually have access to the truths, but in a way they will have a sort of feeling. But for someone who's been through the path of unveiling and have the truth that being unveiled to them, when they read, let's say you yourself, you go through it, when you reread, for instance, like Suhrawardi or Ibn Arabi or Rumi, then your understanding of those words will change, because now the reference and the referred to for you have actualized the reference. Here the act of dalala, the reference is being actualized. You know what the word is pointed to. You know, let's say what an ocean is because you've seen the ocean. Now it's not just a theoretical practice. But for those who do not have the unveilings, they might say the same words. They might analyze those works, but in reality, the only thing that they have is the speech, is the discourse, but it's devoid with the essential truths that those words are supposed to represent.